everyone, Kim here with Tabletop Rebellion, and today we've gone caving, and man, it was really fun. Gone Caving is a tableau building card game for 2 to 6 players, and it has variants for team or co-op play. So this is going to give you a lot of different fun ways that you can go cave exploring with your friends. While on your adventure, you earn points for discovering passages, observing animals, and finding amazing geological formations. But be careful, right around the corner could be a challenge, maybe a tight passage, or one filled with water. So let me show you all the different cards that you're going to encounter in Gone Caving. First thing you need when searching for caves are entrances and exits. Otherwise, you're just taking your gear for a walk in the woods. You have to play an entrance before you can start exploring passages and earning points. And you'll play an exit to end the round. You'll encounter 3 different types of passages: animal, formation, and survey. Each of these are identified by text on the card as well as an icon in the upper left-hand corner. The points you'll earn are represented here in meters, and that's also displayed on each card. And you may have noticed that each entrance card has 10 meters that's also going to count towards your score. The passage cards range anywhere from 25 to 100 meters, with 1 card in the deck that explores 200 meters. Now, this is the only card that doesn't actually correspond to one of the passage types. Now, as you explore, I mentioned you may encounter some challenges. Now, these will be played on you by other players throughout the game. Now, depending on if you're playing independently or as teams, that'll determine if you have to remove the challenge by yourself or if you're going to work together as a team to remove it from play. Challenges come in the form of things like sumps, which are cave passages that have filled with water, or vertical passages that may require a caver to climb up or down that passage. Now, luckily, you'll have some tools at your disposal. So scuba tanks will allow you to swim through the sump, and ropes are going to allow you to climb up and down that vertical passage. What's even better, there's a borehole that'll remove any challenge card that's played on you. And you'll see there's also an option that'll let you crawl through tight spaces, so there will be a tool to get you out of any challenge. You may also play hero cards to aid you on your journey. These are broken down into 2 types: problem solvers and scientists. Now, these are the only cards that you're going to be able to play before you discover a cave entrance. The problem solvers offer permanent protection against challenges that are specific to their area of expertise. So this means those corresponding challenges that other players try to play on you have no effect. You can just breeze right past them. Next, we have scientists who double your passage points in their field of study. So as you can see, these cards have icons in the upper left-hand corner, just like the passage cards. So you'll match those icons of your passage and your scientist in order to double those points at the end of the round, which is a super cool, wonderful thing to do, especially when you play that scientist card right at the end of the round. Now, sometimes stuff happens, and in the game, it happens in the form of event cards. So there are 3 different types of events that can occur while you're out caving. And each of these are going to cause a player to lose their next turn while they deal with that event. First, you find some trash. So as a responsible caver, you're going to stop and clean that up. So it takes you away from your adventure for just a few moments, but then that causes you to lose your next turn. You could get lost in the dark. I mean, it happens. Heck, it happens to me in my house. While you try to find your way, you may lose some of your gear too. So you'll lose a turn, and then you'll have 2 cards randomly drawn or removed from your hand. Now, lastly, things could get real rough, and you might need to be rescued. So when this happens, you're going to discard your entire hand and all of your entrance and challenge cards because you had to be removed from the cave. So you'll lose your next turn, and you can't play any new passage cards until you find another entrance. Your current passage cards will stay, but you'll need another entrance for those to be able to count towards points at the end. You also have the option to self-rescue once during the game, which lets you discard your entire hand and draw 6 new cards. So this is real helpful if you're having trouble just getting the cards that you need. It kind of gives you a little do-over. There are a few special cards in the deck called footprints. Now these kind of take the place of when a caver has already explored a passage that maybe you have. This allows the caver who's playing the footprints card to take a passage card from someone else and say, well, hey, I already explored this, so it goes over here in my tableau. And now you can only play this card once you already have an entrance out, because then how else could you have explored the passage, right? So those are the cards you'll see throughout the game. Setup is really simple. Each player is dealt 6 cards from the deck. If you happen to receive an event card in that opening hand, you get to discard it and draw a new card. So choose a starting player. The rules recommend it's the player with the most caving experience, but if you're all newbies to caving like we were, you can just pick a starting player randomly. You then take turns drawing a card from the deck and then playing a card from your hand. If you can't or don't want to play a card, you can instead discard any card from your hand over into the discard pile. When you play an entrance, you draw another card and take another turn. And if you draw an event card, it's immediately played in front of you, again, unless you don't have any entrances. Play continues until someone lays down an exit card. This is going to signal the last round of this particular hand, and each player will take 1 additional turn. Then add up your passage cards. Now beware, if you have passage cards still in your hand at the end of the round, they're going to count as negative points. So try to get those out of your hand if it looks like somebody's getting pretty close to playing that exit card. So you clear all the cards out, reshuffle the deck, and you keep playing additional hands until someone reaches a set number of meters. So the rule suggests playing to 1,000 meters. You can also choose to play just a set number of hands, so maybe you're just going to go through 5 rounds of the game, or you could go even further and do 5,000 meters. It's totally up to you, kind of how long you want the gameplay to last. And that, my friends, is Gone Caving. This game was a huge surprise for us. We absolutely enjoyed it. The net profits from the Kickstarter are all going to go towards the National Speleological Society to help protect caves for future generations to explore. So how cool is that? We also had an opportunity to speak with the designers, and even though this is their first game, they've really done an outstanding job of getting it all ready for you. So I'm actually showing you a prototype copy of the game, but as you can clearly see, it's really close to being production ready. The artwork's already done. They've got maybe some flavor text or icons might be updated, they mentioned, but otherwise it's all set. So you can back this with a level of confidence. The gameplay is really fun. It's a great way to learn about caving and kind of share that with your friends. The designers are huge caving enthusiasts, and they really just wanted to share their hobby with other folks, and I think they did just an absolute great job of portraying it. There's no lack of theme throughout the cards. They included lots of details in that artwork on the cards. It's just fantastic. We absolutely recommend backing this game. It's currently live on Kickstarter, so go ahead, hurry on over there, check it out, get your pledge in before it closes. If you're watching this video after the Kickstarter ends, keep an eye open for potential future printings of the game. They're looking to also get it in state park gift shops, as well as maybe your local game shop, or you can always go over and visit their website to get yourself a copy. That does it for this episode. If you like the video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you can catch all the latest videos coming out from Tabletop Rebellion. Follow us over on social media for the latest ways that we're bringing people together, one game at a time. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.